Hey everyone, welcome to the Honey Badger Cellar. I'm your host, Paul Tran, and this podcast helps introverts unsell and outsell. But the extroverts can come and hang out too. I noticed that a lot of my friends who are extroverts have crept into the database, and so I'm totally glad that you're in here, and I hope you get a lot of value from it too. I love writing, and you're going to continue getting Honey Badger Seller newsletter issues. I hope you do. I hope you are subscribed. But I noticed that my writer's block and my insecurities and my constant editing have slowed down my output. And of course, I don't want that to stop putting out work that matters. And so video is going to be a big component moving forward. I know everybody has embraced video a lot sooner than I, but better late than never. And I hope these videos end up encouraging you and equipping you for success in sales, entrepreneurship, and just, living a great life in general. Today I want to chat about a question that one of my readers asked, and they asked, how do I ensure a higher success rate when attending Zoom meetings? And I have a couple of ideas for you. The first one is and this goes back to even before setting up the meeting. Unless there are like extreme cases, we always tend to make decisions right now for future activities because the consequences, we don't feel the consequences. And I don't know if about you, but I tend to notice that when I put a meeting far into the future, that was at a certain state, excitement, interest level, and a certain level of altitude. And by the time it comes closer to that date, my state is very different, and my workload is different, and usually kind of nutty. And the altitude of excitement, curiosity has gone down tremendously. And sometimes the needs have changed as well, and we end up just bailing out of the meeting. And salespeople, unfortunately, lose the chance to add value, to get them excited, to get the deal closed, and to help them change their lives. And so my first principle is, if you do need to set up a meeting, have a meeting set up very close to that date, like not even like maybe 5 days, no later. And because if someone is interested and they're at a heightened state of interest or curiosity, you want to take advantage of that right now, while they are still thinking about it, while they're still in that environment of learning more about what you do, and you have more of their attention. No other competitors have like crept in and tried to steal their attention, because we have short attention spans nowadays. So number one, like, don't set up any meetings further out than 5 days. And so that's one. The second thing is, every Monday I like to take a look at my calendar, and if there are meetings that are set up that have every Monday, I tend to send a quick message or a quick email, and I try to make it as personable as possible. And I also show them that I have invested in that meeting. One thing is, like, I send a message that says, "Hey, I'm really excited to meet with you. I really believe that we can help with blah, 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 blah." And I also make it personal too. I maybe check out their LinkedIn or their Instagram or Facebook and see if there's anything that maybe they're interested in, or they're struggling with, or they're celebrating, and send them something that is helpful. Of course, don't crowd their inbox unless you're crowding their inbox with value. And I always believe that there's no real level of frequency to how you add value. As long as it adds value and it helps elevate your customers or your prospects' life, then gosh, send it every day if you need to. One example is Seth Godin. He is one of the only newsletters I get into my inbox, and he sends something every day, sometimes twice a day, but I'm happy to read it because this stuff is so good, and I want to aspire to that. Anyway, so that's the first thing. Send them a quick message reminding them that you're excited for their meeting. Also, show them how much you've invested in the meeting as well. Tell them that I've cleared out my schedule to make time for us. And I've also done a lot of research and want to share some ideas that are directly related to your needs. And try to make it as personable as possible because, sorry, it's my workout thing. Every 30 minutes, I get down on the floor and I do push-ups. Anyways, um, uh, clearly not doing it. The next thing is yeah, just tell them that you've invested a lot of time researching ideas on how to help them directly that are customized to them. A couple of things happen here. The first one is you show that you've already invested a lot of time into them. So there's this sunk cost feeling that actually works in your favor. I normally don't like sunk costs, when it comes to personal issues, because a lot of times those sunk costs prevent you from moving forward. But if you're using the sunk cost strategy on your prospect, you're letting them know that you care about the meeting so much that it's not just a sales pitch. You've actually done the research. You've invested a lot of stuff heavily into making sure this meeting is fruitful, and you have some strategies to share. And so it's a little bit of guilt. It's also a little bit of like sunk costs, but it just reminds them that, hey, like this is worth checking out. Like they made time to make it worthwhile for them. It needs to work both ways. Gosh, that's pretty much. Oh, and then after the meeting, well, this is more like after the meeting. Hopefully, these two strategies help you get the meeting attended to. But after that, just send them a message right away. Send them. Send them next steps immediately, and send them resources to help them validate what they're thinking. If there are things to think about, send case studies that will help them make their decision better. Offer to talk to their other decision makers if they couldn't make the meeting, so that the prospect doesn't have to play messenger and deliver a message. Like, make it easy. Do the hard work that makes it easy for the salesperson for the prospect to get the deal done. But anyway, I hope this helps. Number one, I have a new ask of you. This is my first time doing videos, so I'd love your feedback on anything that I could do to make these videos more engaging and attractive, and just make this work a lot more effective for you. And my usual asks are, please subscribe to the Honey Badger Seller newsletter at honeybadgerseller.com. That's where I share all my sales strategies that I've learned and also that I have implemented or that I'm currently implementing to close $1 million deals around the world. And also, I'd love a 5-star review if I deserve it, or any review. Actually doesn't matter, because as long as you do the work of placing a review, whatever the algorithm does, it helps you reach more entrepreneurs and salespeople like you guys, especially the quiet ones that I need to reach. So that's it for now, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.